I just hope you choose to have a good day. I think having a good day a lot of times is choice. And sometimes, no matter what you got going on, man, you got to try and do the best you can to stay happy.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good afternoon, Sam Cohen. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful day?
Yeah, beautiful day. It's a great day out here in Las Vegas.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it's morning for you still, isn't it?
Yeah, 10 a.m. here.
All right. So you've gotten started. It's my afternoon here in Trinidad and Tobago. Please do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history.
I would assume it's my real estate career that I have out in Las Vegas.
Yeah, tell us more, please. Tell us what you do for real estate and real estate agents as well.
Primarily, I'm a residential agent. I also do a lot of some commercial leasing down in warehouse in the downtown district, as well as just doing different office buildings, things like that. More trying to break out in commercial as of recently. But I've been running a flourishing residential career in real estate in Las Vegas for several years now. And basically, I do a lot of training with agents that are sometimes not even in my office, but I've just had a great deal of success very quick in my career. So a lot of people like hearing what I'm saying. And so I've been trying to also outreach to the community more and, anybody that has a startup business and or things like that.
What personality type would you put as yourself? Would you say you're an extrovert or an introvert or probably a mixture of the two?
Little mixture of the two. It just kind of depends. With some things, I'm obviously a little bit more personal and I don't always outreach, but I'm a very sociable person and I'm good with people. So like when I go out to business settings, things like that, they do a lot of real estate events. I'm always very good. I socialize with people and kind of get out there. So I'd say a little bit of both.
Yeah, it seems as though you're a caring guy. Who did you learn that from? That ability to adapt in the situations that are necessary for the benefit of the other person. Who did you learn that from?
I'd have to say my father more than anything. Great relationship with him, and he was always kind of a person that was one for community.
Why will you continue to be that person? Of course, it takes more, right? Like if you were just doing hard selling, like it would take a lot less in terms of the relationship building. Why will you nevertheless continue being that type of person?
It just kind of brings enjoyment. You can't always just think about yourself. Just kind of putting back into other people is what makes life worth going forward with. It's not about always you. I love having a flourishing business and working and, of course, having nice things, but it's definitely not everything.
Now, for those that are listening, that are loving what they're hearing, that would like to learn more about real estate, even understand what you offer to the market, where's the best place for them to connect with you?
They can connect with me. Facebook's always a good way. You could just look me up at Sam Cohen at the Crighton Team, or you could look me up on Sammy C Sells Vegas on Instagram, or you could just email me at samcohen102@gmail.com or call me at 702-884-8276. All very easy ways to reach out to me. I also have a website, samcohenlasvegas.com.
Love it. What does the 102 stand for in Sam Cohen 102? What does that stand for?
Absolutely nothing. It was just a number combination because I kept trying to put in Sam Cohen over and over in Gmail with the multiple things just to get an email to generate. Yeah. And that's pretty much was the end result. And then I've just had that email for years.
All right. Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
I would just say I'm very, very consistent with time management when it comes to business. I'd say that's probably one of my biggest strengths, being able to plan your days, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, things like that. Even though it seems kind of like micromanaging yourself, I think that that's a huge thing and a huge way to success for people. So that is something that I'm very good at and that I practice religiously and I really appreciate doing. And I think it brings a lot of structure to my life.
Yeah, how does it make you feel as well?
Sometimes a little overwhelmed because it's like, man, I really plan like the majority of my days all the time. So it's kind of like, man, I just like a free moment sometimes just to not think about what I have to do. But at the same time, it keeps me structured and I couldn't imagine not doing it. And I think like my days just being all over the place and trying to figure out, oh, I got to do this now. I got to do this now. I got to do this now. So I definitely think it's the lesser of the two evils. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice and it just keeps me really organized. And I think at the end of the day, with the type of career I have, you have so many small, tedious things that you have to do all the time and people to touch base with, call, things like that. I think by creating a good balance, by planning your days is very important.
Yeah, suggest to someone that's out there, someone that may be struggling with the concept. They understand the value, right? But they're struggling with the concept. What's a great way to enter into that so that it could be beneficial for them as well?
I mean, I literally have a black book that I just write everything down. And as things come, just creating the habit. The minute you have a new, something that you have to do, whatever it is, just write it down immediately and just creating that habit. So let's say I have to go to a home inspection in a week. It's like, I'm not going to wait 3 days to do it. You just need to write it down immediately. And then sometimes even write down, the day before, hey, I got to do this tomorrow, because sometimes you need to make sure that you remember and you don't schedule other stuff. So that way you're always like looking at your schedule and things like that.
Amazing audience. Again, you're hearing it live from Sam Cohen. Sam, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Sam, what's your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory?
Go for it.
Man, I don't really know. Nobody's really asked me that. I guess maybe just like swimming in our old house over on Peppermill, which is in the street in the house that I was born in with my dad, I guess.
Yeah. What state was that?
Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm born and raised. I'm a local.
All right. So You're swimming? What did you say? You're swimming in a pool?
Yeah, just swimming in this pool. And I can still remember it kind of vividly now that you're mentioning it to me. We used to have like this blue tile and we had this like uplifted area in the back of the pool where we had a waterfall that kind of came out. And I guess I just really remember like swimming around in that pool.
How old do you think you were?
Couldn't have been older than 3 or 4.
Wow. So why do you think this memory is so clear though, that this one sticks out?
I have no idea. You just asked me a question nobody's really ever asked me, and that was the first thing that came to my mind. So I have no idea.
If we look into it though, how would you say it connects to who you are today?
I mean, I'd say my father's a huge part of me, and I guess me going back to a memory of my father would make kind of sense, especially considering he was probably the most important human being that I've had in my life.
I like the concept as well, your appreciation for the details where real estate is concerned, right? It's like you immediately talked about the tiles, yeah, the small details, right?
Yeah.
It's very important in real estate, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess sometimes it is.
All right. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
I have no clue. I have no clue. I don't even know. 12 years old, what was I? Probably in like the 7th grade?
Yeah, there you go.
I have no idea. I mean, I would assume some form of rap music from like Death Row era or something. That's what I was really into when I was a young kid. And I know that was like all during that time. So I'd probably say it was like some Snoop Dogg or something like that I was into for sure.
All right. Well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Sam?
Yeah, let's go.
Sam, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Working on that now.
Are you married?
No.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes, very tight-knit.
All right. Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
More than 3 hours? No, I wish I had 3 hours a day to watch TV.
How about 3 hours a week?
Oh, yeah, more than that, though. I watch a good, hour a day when I'm winding down.
And what about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Oh, on the computer and on the phone combined, 8 hours a day, probably, right around there.
All right.
Yeah, my whole work's on my computer and my phone.
What about reading? How often do you read?
I really don't read much these days unless it's like work stuff.
Okay.
I used to be an avid reader and I kind of fell off of that.
All right. Sam, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Sam Cohen, what would you say that is?
Hardworking and somebody that actually cares about what he's doing.
Sam, this has been a great pleasure. Before we leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I just hope you choose to have a good day. I think having a good day a lot of times is choice. And sometimes no matter what you got going on, man, you got to try and do the best you can to stay happy.
Well, my day has started well from the podcasting aspect, right? With this first conversation of the day. So it's a great day. Thanks again, Sam, for all that you do. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.